We are dealing in this platform with the frequencies of flowers, not the knowledge or intelligence or the even testimonials of that flower. We directly connect with the frequencies. Because we are connecting with the frequencies, we get the fullest power or the quality of that remedies, which in turn uh, affects or impacts our day-to-day life. You would have seen that today from the morning, as I have given suggestion to take remedies for 5 times, giving 2 hours gap. It would have made you to rethink what is happening around you, and things which would have overlapped, and there would be a lot of connections. You would have become very responsible, and particularly uh, an aspect of your character which is troubling you for a long period, and you would have got sudden insights into things. These are the things which would have happened today. Many people would have undergone uh, uh, a kind of a sudden a tranquil state. They would have got a major many would have got a major idea or tips regarding living or medicine. So we are very much pragmatic. Pragmatism is practical in our approach, that we need results. We have shown results. It is we are shown, I am telling, not out of ego. I'm telling that it has done wonderful things as we have assumed. Elm, they are called the salt of earth, or psychological smelling salts. It is called the elm flower is called a responsibility flower. From going from the phase change is self-worth crisis to inner confidence. To tell in the words of Dr. Batch, these people are doing good work. Elm people are following the calling of their life and who hope to do something of importance, and this often for the benefit of humanity. You can see the elm character all over the world. Because of them, we have been benefited a lot and lot and lot, from our food up to our sleep, from our knowledge up to our luxury, from our comfort up to our medical changes or things like that. These are people, a prominent people of uh, respected people like teachers, professors, scientists, advocates, priests, politicians of good nature, and a responsible family head, and uh, women who have no partners, and owners of a great institutions, and everybody who is responsible. These people, these elm people, have very less negative traits. Actually, there are no negative traits in these people who are very much closer to their mission. They are very responsible. They are not only responsible for themselves, they are responsible for the whole society. Because they take responsibility for our life, they have been respected in the society. That's why they are called the salt of the world. And then The word which indicates elm is know your power. Small reddish flower. As they will go, they are responsible to the core. They take responsible for their physical activity, for their family, from their friends, for their workplace, and everything they will take responsible. They will be very much depressed when the responsibility is not met by them, and they will be stuck and stagnated in that place. This tendency is very, very major, and in while completing, we'll know and we will understand what has to be the elm's fullest nature. So the owner of a family or an institution, women who are lost their husband, suddenly their responsibility is she has to take care, and the overwhelmed work, they are taking response for each and every aspects of for their life and others. They will be very much worried if they are a failure, because of their failure others will suffer. They don't want others to suffer because of the failure, because they have taken the task of being responsible for everybody's life. That kind of responsibility they have. Uh, the overwhelmed aspect is that the profession pressure coincide with the normal thing. Actually, they have a professional pressure, and the pressure is being directed to other things also. Because of that overwhelmed, they are very much depressed, and they have a they get heart ailments and also neck pains or things like that. And suddenly some of the people who could not understand the real nature of responsibility, the real nature of responsibility is that you take responsible for whatever happening inside you, and what is the mission of life, what is expected from the cosmos to do in this world. That is the real responsibility. The real responsibility is not taking care of your family or society or working for other people, and thinking that your mission of life is very important. Your mission of life first is that you have to take responsible for your stay in the world, to be a kind of understanding and learning and to know yourself. Uh, Other things which is not pertaining to or satisfying that aspect is not responsibility. You have to take care of the family, you have to take care of the society, and you have to take care of everything, financial things and spiritual and everything. And more than that, you have to have a limitation in all things. You have to see the demarcation or the separating line between so much of responsibility taken, and you are overwhelmed with the responsibility, and which disturbs your day-to-day life and whole existence. Very important point it is. You should have the limitation, you should know the limitation, you should know the demarcation, you should know the separation. You have to have a clear cut distinction between your responsibility and the society's responsibility. Your existential responsibility is that you should know the limitation, where to stop, where to work, where to be responsible, where you have to be free of all the things. It is the message of L. Very, very important thing, which has not been said in the previous classes. Batch, at this point of time, he has discovered 20 remedies. Now he is suddenly struck with the 21st remedy, elm, and a kind of mentality. How I am going to do the thing? How I am going to complete the thing? I have traveled 20 remedies and now I am stuck up. What I am going to do? What is next? I feel that I am having a self doubt. I feel that I don't know anything at this point of time. I am struck. I am stagnated. I am in the depression. What to do? It is a temporary state of thing. Elms, the people who need elm remedy, it is a temporary state, a temporary setback, a temporary stagnation, a temporary failure. a temporary depression. And there you find a kind of a scenario. You are working with the remedies for about 2 to 3 years, and now you find that you don't know anything about the remedies. And why, how I am going to complete it? You would have undergone today that you find at a point of time today in the from the morning to evening, you suddenly you feel that you don't know anything about the flower remedies. That is exactly the elm tendency. You have been cooking and cooking for about 50 years, and suddenly you find that you don't know about cooking. So that is the major thing. So given all details, still to start again, he has to start again from the first. And now the intervention of the boiling method. He is very anxious, Dr. Batch. Second, mental states, that is the 19 mental states. 19 completed, 20 it is a kind of organizing, and the latter 19 is full of a kind of horse run, agility, and a kind of a grand a display of flowers. 18 spiritual oriented remedies, all are spiritual, but the later 19 are more spiritual, and we are struck up in this 19 for a longer period. So the second, while he is discovering elm, he is traveling a lot. Before discovering elm, he was traveling a lot, and he has been with the dog Lulu, and going for a walk. And in the a very important interesting thing is, he look at the tree, elm tree, which is in the midpoint between forest and the society, midpoint between nature and human. And for the first time, the display of light of the flowers of elm captivates his sight. He is captivated by the display, grandeur sight of elm, which is conspicuous, which cannot be described. It is abundant of, it is abundant, and one of the conspicuous feature of our valley scenery. Actually, elm takes you from society to nature. Elm takes you from materialistic to spiritual. Elm takes you from physical to metaphysical. Very important point. You are thinking that you are physical, and because of that you are thinking that you are responsible for all everyone's life. You are responsible for everyone's life, but that is definitely true. But Elm is telling you are responsible for your life, for your soul, for your understanding. You have to live your own life. That is the message of Elm. They are tall people, capable, soft pink color. They will be, their doubt, sudden doubt will arise. There are a lot of depression because of responsibility. These are emotional circumstances. He becomes very emotional that because I am not here, they will suffer. Many people will suffer because if I go wrong. The failure of mine is very emotional. If I fail, others will also will be affected, because the failure will not should not happen to me. I have to work. I'm overloaded. I am overwhelmed, and I have to be conscious of my success. The weight of responsibility is there. It is a temporary condition, and we can see it. It is capable, confident. They have their mission. Social. They are athletic, spiritual. The sudden breakdown is there. The two aspects of Elm is that they are responsible and also ambitious. At times, there may be periods of depression when they feel that the task they have undergone is too difficult and not within the power of human beings. Very important point. At times, there may be periods of depression. There may be periods of depression when they feel that the task they have undergone is too difficult. They find that the task is more overloaded, and they find that it is not, it cannot be done by me. It needs superpower, where elm will be of greater help. And then uh, in the elm, the people who are in need of elm, they almost are blind, unable to see the future. That is very important. Elm propagates the root and going to the plant. It is called Ulmus procera. It is tall tree. It grows in the ground by tracks. People walk normal thing. It is a tree which is in the middle of the it demarcates. It actually gives the line to the forest and also the society. Miniature, human, spirit, physical, like that. It a massive column of wood, very good wood. We have huge pillar of trunk. It has got. It grows about 300 meters high. The trunk grit will be 5 meters. It is erect tree, straight, erect, straightforward, just fair, upward spreading. Always, you can see scientists, priest, and also professors, teachers, politicians of higher order, higher thinking. They'll be very tall, straight, upright, and things like that. They will be reflecting the form of that tree. And great spreading, see, upward spreading arms. It actually, the branches is like spreading arms. Come, I am here. Elm is telling, I will take responsibility for your soul. The realized personalities are all elm people. And then great jnanis, great dancing of small, great density of smaller branches, small branches. Actually, upward giving branches and small branches. It gives a lot of hope to all people. When the flowers are full in March, the whole tree glows warmly in the sunlight. Actually, it glows. See, when you see a learned person, when you see an intellectual, that is a kind of charisma. There, you are attracted by them. And when the flowers are full out in the March, the whole tree glows warmly in the sunlight. Warmth lifts the mood, strength and determination. The warmth of the light lifts your mood. It is a complex flower, male, pink color, taller anthers and red in color, almost red, pink and red color. Shed pollen. It sheds pollen and uh, quickly blacken. That is the quality that suddenly they will get disturbed by the setbacks. The setback is totally a kind of not the egoistic or a depression made by because of failure things. They are taking responsibility too much with themselves. You have to take responsibility definitely, but you should not take too much responsibility at times. If you take too much responsibility, you become bossy and you become a dictator like. That's why many scientists and many people, professors, they seem very arrogant. And uh, fruit ripe few weeks after flowering. Uh, After flowering, it takes a few weeks to ripe the fruit, and then the fruit gives lot of energy. Um, Very important point about the tree is that when you want to understand the elm tree, it also gives false notion that it doesn't give a proper information. It gives contrary information. You will be thinking that it is kind of it is going to shed flowers, but it will cling the flowers for long period. And then English lime is English elm is sterile. The seeds will not grow into trees. On the other hand, the root is shedding new trees. Um, but other elm trees are very fertile. In 18th century, people have planted hedge grows. The elm has hedge grows, that is hedges, 20 meters away from elm. Uh, all the hedge grows. Actually, the peculiarity of elm tree is that the root extends up to 20 to 40 meters from the trunk. See the distance. They are always available. I am available. I am here. I am responsible. I am with you. I take care of you is the message of elm. And the puzzling tree, it is also puzzles. That's why the people you are dealing with, the scientists, professors, priests, or gurus, they will be puzzling you. You cannot understand them. Likewise, the elm cannot be understood. It is not understood properly also. And then the I form is right, is a clear self-determination. They know what to do, when to do, how to do, and they know that the sole purpose work done in the world. And blind moles the secondary roots, and they they will be, the roots will be going interior and finding two new resources. The seed is further, but it is not beyond reach. Suddenly, this character is suddenly uncertain, suddenly doubtful, suddenly getting depression. Small, it has got hairs. Uh, Mild irritantly is very important. The leaves are irritant. So if you are dealing with the elm personality, you can feel that suddenly they will make you irritate. You cannot touch them easily. You cannot go closer. Suddenly they will make a kind of irritation, so that you can be away from them in a distance. The irritation stimulates the life force. That is very important. In 1919, elm disease, Dutch elm disease has almost completely eradicated the whole elm in 1919. In 1930, almost over, and in 1970, suddenly the elm tree, uh, this particular Ulmus procera has come again. You cannot destroy these people easily. The ulmus of Procera is not affected. It is been affected by fungus again and again, grown again and again. Mysterious, we cannot understand. Elm people cannot be understood easily. If you want to understand, you have to be elm people. And no tree is better adapted to recover grand masses of light. This is one of the big tree which fully absorbs the sunlight very much. Used when collapse is evident. When there is a responsibility, you feel that you're going to collapse because of responsibility, too many works, too many understanding. You're working for the family, you are working for the agriculture, you are working for the people, you are working for the medicine, you are working for everything in the society, and you find that at some point of time, the depression and the overwhelming and overload of the work is making you to collapse. That time elm will do wonders, and mysterically it will make you to come out of that depression like a phoenix. Performance anxiety, psychic stress, it is. You cannot understand them also. They will not tell also about them. And the elm has got 40 different species. Easy for hybridation. Happy to help out. It is a handsome tree, but targeted by fungus. If there is a fungal infection in our body, it will do great work. And this is also another important. Let us forget our limitations, our personalities out, what we think, our smallness, and we resolve that we have been chosen, picked, and special, and special uh, belongings, blessed knights of all the highest order. The message is that we have to think about our own limitations, and we are blessed. We have our own unique quality. We have to work for the society. Is the message of Elm. This quality is developed. Elm depression is developed during illness also, using energy with multi maximum limits. They use it. It also used for to treat national sluggishness. They think that others will do when I am collapsing. They think that what others will do when I collapse. Always thinking about others, pushing beyond their limits, inner pressure, and miscalculation. Inner pressure, miscalculation, overaction. And another important point is they are physically thinking that they can do wonders with responsibility, but they are avoiding, they try to take too much against nature. They are avoiding the limitation of themselves. Knowing the limitation of themselves, we blame external, but it is internal fight again. It is the internal fight again for the people. Elm propagates the roots and brings transformation in the material world. Actually, if the personal person who is very much important in the society and thinks that without him everything is not possible, give them Elm, and automatically they will become spiritual. They will understand the material world. They will understand the difference between material world and spiritual world, and they will make the world spiritual also. Elm stands halfway between man and nature, links man with nature. If you want to move to nature, Elm is the proper resort. Well adapted human life. Doctors, engineers, judges, priests, or teachers. Uh, Sudden adequacy, self doubt. It is there to know the true strength in materialism, material world. To know the true strength of the material world, Elm is needed. The question is asked by Melvin is that responsibility is good, but who is responsible for you? Very, very, very important point. You are responsible for everything, but who is responsible for you? Take care of yourself. Know the limitations. Don't overwork. Don't overwhelm. Don't think that the greater tasks are done only by me. Give to the nature. Let the nature decide what is good for you. And because of that responsibility of taking care of himself, he is setting realistic goal. And extremely critical uh, than ambitious. They are very critical. Victim of their own success. Very important point again. They succeed in everything, and they become very success oriented. Because of that, the failure is disturbing for them. And blackened out. He did not know the regular work also, what to do next. Driving himself in the sense that he is pushing himself. Another important thing is they will be telling that the family is not understanding me, I'm working for them, and the family people will be hostile. They will not understand them properly. They destroy themselves physically and socially. Very, 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 very important point is that they take work and responsibility very seriously. Elm, when you take Elm, you will see work and responsibility as a celebration, a joyful aspect, a play. Again, I'm telling these people who are in need of Elm take work and responsibility seriously. There is no serious thing in the world. We have been traveling and thinking that work is very responsible, work is very serious. We have to take it. In 1935, he took the responsibility very seriously. You can see that before 20 from 1928 to 35, he has only discovered 18, but within 5 months he has discovered 19 without any depression or any stagnation. It is because of Elm, Dr. Batch. Dr. Batch in 1928 he started. Up to 1935 he has completed Impatience to Wild Wood. In 1935 he started from Cherry Blum organizing, and Elm have made it very fast, and it completed in the 1935 around this time only, September, October. The another thing is he feels very guilty about leaving the people alone without them, because I am responsible for my family, I am responsible for my institution, I am responsible for the factory, I am responsible for the society. If I collapse, what will happen? He feels very guilty. How would I complete? That is the question. Yeah, how I am going to complete? Because I am responsible. He is not overwhelmed by too much of task, but it is a responsibility more. Energy stagnates in the chest and stomach. They don't take food. Too much of energy taken to the head, and because of that, chest congestion is that. A very important point is if there is internal hemorrhage, that is blood oozing in the brain or internal body, L will be of lot of help. Dampness disorder also, because of the overthinking and too much of working and strain in the body, the dampness is acquired in the body of help, people who need help. And another important is suddenly they feel that they are unequal, inadequate in work. Sudden depression of not knowing anything. You become blank. Not taking care of the self, feeling one has chosen another major important point. Sometimes we feel that we have chosen the wrong profession because of too much of work. If there is quality, you need to check and take help. The message given by Elm is that we are the child of universe. Make mistakes, allow mistakes, have failures. Very very important point. Deliberately make mistakes, then only you will understand. You will not be caught by the overwhelming depression of Elm state. That is, you need help. Welcome failures. You train the children of yours. You train your children to get you to have failures. Don't always push them to be successful. Failure helps learning. Making mistakes are essential part of life. So at this point of time, Batch has found that if there is a failure, nothing botheration, and he took Elm, and suddenly he has traveled very fast and completed everything. Enjoy failures. Enjoy failures because it is giving learning. Welcome failures because it has got something to do with your development. Tell your children not to be over bothered about your marks or work, or don't make your children too much of responsibility. Let them have a celebration, let them have a joyous life, let them feel that failure and success are parts of life. And then wholeness is that because of these people we are together. The people who had made this a telegram or the uh, YouTube or the computers, and they are very positive. They understand their responsibility, particularly they understand the limitations, and they feel that nature is more important than any other thing. I am responsible for myself, and I have limited sources. Let the nature do for me. It gives a sprinter to long distance run. We have come to have a long life, grand life. We have many years to live. It is not the sprinters. The sprinters are short distance runner, 100 meters, 200 meters. We have to travel miles and miles to go. We have to enjoy the world. We are responsible for enjoying. We are responsible for our failures. We are responsible for our joyous living. We are responsible for our setbacks. We are responsible for our depression. We are responsible for our bliss. We are at ease with Elm. Moderation. Very important point in Elm is moderation. You have to have set the limitation. Where to stop. Where to be irresponsible. Irresponsible in the positive sense that too much of responsibility, taking too much of burden, you have to set the moderation. It is okay. At this point, I have to limit myself. Joyous service, faith and confidence. It is a joyous service. Elm's way of living is joyous service and faith and confidence. So, the flower which has made us uh, really comfortable, which has given a comfortable living, comfortable learning, comfortable understanding, a holistic way of understanding the universe, and going back to the nature and making the worldly thing spiritual and making the place spiritual and also abundant, opulent, and also a grand. Because of the grand display of light, Elm has made our life a grand display of existential phenomena. It has created a existence in a grand way. We are seeing, I'm responsible, no doubt, but God is responsible for me, is the message of Elm. So let me give all the work to the society and I take resort in Elm. I take refuge in Elm. I surrender to Elm because I know the limitations. Thank you.